Billy, stop. Hi, everybody. Sorry, Billy is exploring the new desk. Oh my gosh. I got it done. I'm so happy. I am so happy. I got it done. It's so great. It's huge. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like I'm having difficulties here, but you can get the point. And then on this side, it's got drawers and then it's got this shelf in the back, and it's got these lights that change colors. It's got a whole mode that it can go through and just do this all night long. Oh my goodness. And then now he's content. He's happy at the moment. I've got to plug my laptop in, you guys. Give me 2 seconds to disappear under my desk. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. Okay. I am under the desk. And almost that. And almost, guys. Sorry. The goal was getting on. So the plugging in and, that other stuff, I was a little delayed. And then I had to shower. Billy, that's my chair, baby boy. Here, look, Billy, there's shelves. Billy, look. There's shelves you can crawl on. You can lay right here, baby boy. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, I know you don't. No, you don't. This is mine. Oh, thank you, Miss crazy old lady. I'm just going to leave it at crazy old lady. Because the only other way that I can pronounce that. I got it at Goodwill when I got my pink one. I love it. I can't wait till you guys see the pink one in the light. But I have to wash it. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. This one, golly. I think this one was one of the $1.99 ones. It was either $1.99 or $4.99, one of the two. But whatever it was worth it. I love it. It's got my cold shoulders. It's actually got ties for the arms for the cold shoulders. So it does the little flappy things. I love it. These are the kind of shirts these are my favorite shirts. Like, for some reason, Maurice's fits me the absolute best out of any brand I've ever known, but only their 3X. If I get their 4X, no way. Like, the armpits and the 4X like go down to my belly. It's weird. But yeah. But I think this might be Maurice's. I don't know. I just love it. And I like, I'm very particular about the fabrics. Like, they've got to be like cotton. They can't be that like satiny kind of stuff, because that I overheat in those. They're just not my thing. I have to have cotton, and like I love my cotton top with the mesh on. Oh yeah. Okay, now I've got to say hello. Hi, Shelly babes. Hi, Emily. Hello, Letha May. Laura Wharton, good to see you. Hello, K.L. Burke. How you doing, Mr. Sir? Hi, Shane. I'll share, but you gotta come to me. Yes. Oh. Yo. If there comes a night where April just is gone and doesn't post a thing, doesn't text anyone, and no one hears from her, you can just know she'll be back. And it's just because she had to mourn the loss of her coffee maker because it's on the fritz. I may have to have a funeral for it, bury it in the yard by all my beloved pets. Yeah, it doesn't brew the first time. Sometimes it doesn't brew the second time. It's like you close the lid and it just flashes rapidly. And then sometimes you close the lid and you just wait. And you can count to 10, 15, and then it finally lights up. Yeah. So if it goes out, I'm not going to be able to be here for a night. I'm going to need to mourn the loss of my beloved coffee maker. It's been good to me for a year. That's it. Oh, K.L. Burke, I'm so sorry. I hope you can find some happiness and love and joy here. That's what this place is for. Hello, Catherine Gaston. Crazy old lady. Oh, Shane, my Shane, my Shane. And then there's Jenny Green. Yes. And my kitty boys. And then the crowd favorite. Right there. Hey, Ava, what do you think of Mama's new desk? What do you think of Mama's new desk, huh? Yes. Did Palmyra Productions team, Adriana and Amanda and Tim, do a good job picking it out? I think so. Absolutely. Absolutely love it. I just so grateful, you guys. I love it so much. You guys picked out the best, the absolute best. I can't even thank you enough. Lisette Panette. Oh, just as I was going to click on you, you went away. Hello. Thank you. Tiana Miller. Hi, sweetie pie. Hi, Michelle Moreland. Is that the one that makes me overheat? I don't know. I stopped. I don't even buy it anymore. Yes. Thank you. I'm not the only one like that. Thank you. Yeah, it's got to be cotton. I just can't. And it's sad because a lot of really professional looking clothes are made out of that stuff. And A lot of really pretty stuff, absolutely, but it just doesn't work for me. I don't care how pretty or roughly or whatever. I don't care. If it doesn't breathe, I can't do it. Mama Jamma, hi honey. It's a Keurig. It's just like I think it was a Keurig Slim. I think they called it like a 910 or something like that. Just one of the cheap ones, but I'll get by. I'll make it. If it dies, then I'll get like one of those $12 Mr. Hamilton Beach ones. Those are the $12 ones. I'll get one of those. Not a big deal. It's just a coffee maker. Oh, thank you, Catherine Gaston. It matches my shirt. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely much love. Oh, I love you guys. Absolutely love you guys. You guys are the best. I'm gonna get the actual Keurig descaler kit and filters and everything. I'm gonna pick up the kit like tomorrow, and I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try it. I typically use vinegar because it does work to descale it. But the last time that I descaled it and then the light came back on within a week. So I don't know. I'm going to try it. I hope so. I hope that's all it needs. Believe me, I hope that's all it needs. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, honey. I just didn't see your comment until now. Oh, you guys are absolutely too sweet to me. I don't deserve this much love. Seriously. See? Oh, you are my people. You are my people. Hi, Mari Brown. How you doing, honey? I haven't seen Queen Purple yet. Has Queen Purple made it in yet? Robert from Cologne in Germany. Hi, honey. Ooh. I don't know I wouldn't even know where to begin looking for a loose fuse if that was what it was. I was thinking wires in the hinge part, because that's where all the issues are, is in the, when opening and closing it and stuff. So that's my thought. I won't know until after I descale it. And I'll give it a good toothpick cleaning. Sorry, my hair's still wet from the shower, and so it's driving me crazy. But yeah, so this is live. Live from April's bedroom. What did that one troll say last night? Every time he comes on, it looks like it's the beginning of a smut show or something like that. Well, done it. The only smut is the mutt. Hi, baby girl. Hi, pretty thing. Oh, look at you. Look at you, beautiful. Oh, Oh, you're so precious. Now everybody can see your pretty face even better with the lights here. Look at you, you gorgeous girl. I know. That's why it was so funny. Oh, and he said I'm to lay off the booze. If by booze he means coffee, hell no. Because that's the only thing I drink is coffee and Mountain Dew. Nope. I have not had a haircut in a couple of years. No, I used to have my hair really, 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 really short. And I mean really short. I would go to the hairdresser and I would say, I want it as short as you can to the sides without showing skin, to the sides and back. And then the top to have a little bit of length, just enough that I can put a dab of gel in my hand and go whoop, 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 and have it do a little fountain thing on top. And that's exactly what I would do. I would get out of the shower, tiniest little pea-sized drop of gel in my hand, and I would just go like this, and I was done. That's it. That was all my hair needed. And I loved it. It was perfect. And this is going to sound terrible. No guy wants to date a girl with short hair like that. It's the truth. It is. I thought, as just like a social experiment, I'm going to see if I get, any better attention with longer hair. And I did. It's not that I don't have anything against having long hair. I mean, to me, I don't care. It's just hair. So I left it long just because it seems to be the preferred look. The desk wasn't done, and I didn't want you guys to see the progress. And so I just streamed out in the living room on my old desk, and I've got crap for lighting in my house, but it's enough, just not for live streaming. And that was it. I was in a really pretty top with these absolute gorgeous applique shoulders, and it was just gorgeous, but I was in the dark, and so some troll just decided to say it was a smut show because it was in the dark. Whatever. That just shows that they've never been here, because anybody who has knew exactly what was going on. I agree. Golly, those darn trolls. Right. I had long hair all of my youth. My mom had this rule for her. She has 3 sons. I have 3 older brothers. And my mom had a rule that boys could not cut their hair. Period. I thought the rule extended to the girls too. So I always had my hair long. Come to find out, it did not extend to the girls. So I was the only girl, but that's besides the point. Catherine Gaston. Oh, honey, thank you. I know it's for Ava, but thank you. Chadaskadam! Hi. Did you see that I did comment to you in the Clallam District 2 docket the other day? Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. You said, howdy, is April Searing in here? And I replied, and you said something about I'm trying to catch up before this gets taken down or something. You must have been late to the party. Yeah, she's replying to the fabulous neighbor's dog that, is chained up right now because it got out again. And it chased my other neighbor into her house. Yesterday, it bit her. Thank God she had her work boots on because it would have penetrated skin. And that's as she was fleeing from it. So today, she gets home and she gets out of the truck that she came in and starts walking up her driveway. And the dog had come up my ramp. And it was like having a stare down with me at that point. So, but I'm not scared of dogs. So I was just having a nice, cozy little stare down with this little mongrel. And I see her and I know she's terrified of it. And I said, El perro, El perro. And she's like, oh, no, I don't see. I'm like, no, El perro. And that's when the dog saw her and it bolted right off my deck and at her. And she like screamed and went running into her apartment and she couldn't get the key out of the door and the dog was trying to get into her house. It was just awful. So anyways, yeah. But at some point they got it back. It's now on a leash inside of its fence. We'll see if that lasts. Oh, thank you. I love that. You are so awesome. I have some friends in here from the Travis County docket that you shared it on one night. And you told everybody to come on over, and some actually did. That's where Gus came from. And I've seen Gus in here several times. So yeah, I absolutely, oh man, do I appreciate when you guys do that, when you bring your friends in here. Speaking of which, hey you! Hi, I did not get to edit it. Sorry. Thomas Mooney is amazing, and he sends me clips in my email. And so does Catherine, and I'm sorry. I've been a little focused on something else at the moment. And so I did not get it edited, but I'm sure I have it already, like downloaded. I just gotta edit it. Yay! Well, they're now my good friends too. I love to share. She's actually considering moving, and she's one of my best friends. So that's not gonna happen. No, I did. I called the police, which dispatches animal control. Then I hate doing that. I really hate doing that, but it's an aggressive dog. It's bit her. It bit a kid that goes to school with my daughter. And when it bit the kid that goes to school with my daughter, the parents went and talked to them, and they laughed. They thought it was funny that their dog bit the kid. I'm not okay with that. I love dogs. You know I love dogs. Absolutely love dogs. I am not okay with an aggressive dog attacking people and the owners thinking it's funny and letting it run loose. No, that's not okay. Yep. That's what I get for neighbors. So we'll see if their lease gets renewed. If it does, oh my God, I might just have to sell my house. It's that bad. It's that bad. No, but Kansas's is back up. Because Kansas's filing system was down for the longest. They've got it back up finally. The attempt is real, man. Yeah. No, they're not. I've seen some stuff. Yeah, no, they're not. No. But yeah, and I don't want anything to happen to the dogs because I mean, the dogs are being dogs. That's the sad thing. It's the owners that are not doing their job and allowing the dogs to be aggressive and allowing them to fight for the food and things like that. That's causing more aggression. It's just not a good situation. Manning is still having lawyers reading off warrants. I don't know what you mean by that. I downloaded several Manning dockets today. I don't know why. I just got on a kick. I do that. I get on a kick and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to get all of these. And then I just start going crazy and overloading my computer with a whole bunch of crap. And then filtering through it later. And that's how I end up with, like what I did last night, where it was multiple days and just the good stuff picked out. And I still have probably a good half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour of that left of the fun stuff, So we can watch that if we run out of other stuff. I've got a couple of cute things tonight. Nobody does anything crazy tonight. I didn't find any of that, but I found a judge that looks like he's gonna lose his damn mind. He really does. Poor thing. Yep. He looks like he's just gonna lose his mind. And then of course we got to figure out what happened to the duck. I really hope that exported right. Oh.
Officer, who do we have first? Is this Mr. Turner?
Yes, you have Mr. Turner.
All right, Mr. Turner, could you state your name for the record, please?
Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on.
Wait, Mr. Turner?
Yes.
All right, today's the date and time set for your arraignment. I have a court appointed attorney for you, Mr. James Gazicki. Mr. Gazicki.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. James Gazicki on behalf of Mr. Turner. Waive reading of the complaint, stay on mute. He's charged with 2 driving with license suspended. One of the cases, he's not even driving the car. And he's got 2 disturbing the peace for the same date, same location, same time. And he's got 1 unregistered vehicle.
I was not disturbing the peace. They stole my money at the bank. I went to confront them.
Mr. Turner,
right, Mr. Turner, Mr. Turner, you have a right to remain silent. I suggest you exercise the right to remain silent. All right, you have a court-appointed attorney. All right, so Mr. Gazicki, as to all the charges, the client standing mute.
He's standing mute, and also, Your Honor, he has, no really criminal history. He has one misdemeanor from 2017, asking for a personal bond.
All right, I'm gonna set a personal bond for him. I need to set this for a pretrial. And any other warrants, I'm gonna set aside the warrants and we'll take care of everything all at the same time, all the cases for the same date and time. All right, in the meantime, there's no contact with the victim, no driving without a valid license, no leaving the state of Michigan without the consent of the court. All right, and this concludes the.
I wasn't driving though, when the cops detained me.
Officer, have a good rest of your day.
Okay,
What
thank
was the
you.
bond, sir? What was the bond, sir? I didn't hear
Personal
it.
bond.
First bond. All right, sounds good. Thank you.
So I'm free to go?
Yes, if you be quiet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you shut up. Yeah.
All right, that concludes the arraignments for today.
Have a good.
627 SM. Nancy Schaub is here for Mr. Knight.
And this one, you're going to figure out why I think it's funny. They can keep him. That's all I'm going to say.
People are here through Prosecutor Lisa Richards. Mr. Knight does not appear. We were set today for a show cause hearing on a previous failure to appear. Concerning the matter then, Ms. Schaub, do you have any idea where he is today?
I called the jail in Iron County where he was supposed to be, and I was advised yesterday that the DOC picked him up and took him to Wisconsin.
All right,
And he has not made any effort whatsoever to contact my office.
Mr. Knight was before the court on January 11th of 2024 via Zoom from the Iron County Jail, where I gave him an opportunity to appear for sentencing via Zoom. I imposed a jail sentence of 90 days with 30 beginning now to run concurrently with this Iron County sentence. So apparently he's getting 3 for 1 now in regard to the matter. He's off to Wisconsin. He knew he had it. He heard it verbally. We gave him a half sheet. We mailed a notice of hearing. He is not here. Today is the 31st day of January, 2024. It is now 1:53. He was to be present at 1:45. And therefore, I am going to issue a bench warrant. There is no rebuttable presumption. He previously failed to appear for his sentencing hearing back in May of 2022. This is an old case. And therefore, I'm going to issue a bench warrant. $2,500 cash or any 10%.
Yeah, no, they can keep him. Don't ship him to my state. Michigan, we don't want your crazies. Keep him. Hi, Earl.
This is
Estamos
case
empezando
number
los registros públicos.
24.
This is the judge that is going to lose his mind. And this also, for one, Hogwarts reject. And for two, I don't know how this judge can simultaneously look like a 9-year-old boy and a middle-aged man.
RO00039, City of Royal Oak versus Kiber Bezada Sanabria.
Este es el caso número 24-RO00039 de la ciudad de Royal Oak versus el señor Kiber Besada Sanabria.
Ok, ese es el número del ticket.
Your appearance,
Your
please.
Honor, sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Sanabria was just asking if that number, the case number, was also the ticket number.
Correct.
Sí, señor, es correcto.
Ajá, ok. Ese ticket tendría que cancelarlo para el día de la próxima corte porque no lo he cancelado por los motivos que la señora me accidentó, entonces no tengo que cancelar ese ticket para ese día. ¿Cuál sería el siguiente paso? ¿Cancelar el ticket de la multa de la infracción?
Un momento, por favor. Oh, Your Honor, so sorry. Mr. Sanabria was just asking if he should pay for that ticket, for the fine, for the next court date, because he hasn't been able to pay yet.
This matter is charged as a misdemeanor crime, and therefore he cannot simply pay. He must appear in court for at least one more hearing with his lawyer, Mr. Abdo, and an interpreter.
Muy bien, señor. Este cargo es por un delito menor. Por este tipo de crímenes no es solamente el pago de la multa. Tiene que estar presente en al menos una corte más en una audiencia como esta, junto con su abogado, el licenciado Abdo, y un intérprete.
Ok, yo a su señoría le solicito un intérprete para el día de mi audiencia nuevamente. Y la audiencia, perdón, va a ser nuevamente por Zoom.
Un momento, por favor. Oh, very well, Your Honor. I would like to request an interpreter for my next hearing, and would it also be...
Hello? Oh, this is bad. Hello? We were so close. Well,
I know.
actually, we weren't very close at all. We were past step one. Mr. Abdo, this court is now constrained and deeply apologizes to you. Hello? Language line? All right, let's wait 30 seconds.
Okay.
If we can't get there, we're just gonna have to adjourn arraignment. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know when your next shift for this court might be, Mr.
Can you
Abdo?
hear me?
Yeah, tomorrow.
She's back. Miss?
Hello? Yes, here.
Okay, please do the court a favor and let Mr. Sanabria know that the court is presiding over these proceedings. The court needs to process this case. He is not guilty, but we need to make a record and move to our next case. Please tell him that.
In other words, stop asking so many questions. Wait until we're done, and you probably will have most of your answers already.
Of course, Your Honor. Muy bien, señor. En este momento se va a hacer un procedimiento en la corte. No se está haciendo una declaración de culpabilidad en este momento, pero vamos a tener que seguir adelante con otros casos. Se va a estar haciendo un aplazamiento.
Un aplazamiento de la corte.
What does this proceeding mean for the court?
I'm sorry, repeat that question. Language line? Okay. Mr. Abdo, we have contact information for this man.
Yep.
Senor Sanabria,
Ok.
you're gonna have to come back tomorrow, mañana.
Mañana.
Señor
we have
Sanabria,
an
tiene que regresar.
Oh, she's back.
Ok.
Language line, we keep losing you. Are you having technical difficulty?
Hear you perfectly all the time. I'm not really sure what's going on. So sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, because we are not hearing you. So we're gonna try to do this one more time, and if we can't, Mr. Sanabria will simply have to come back to court. Mr. Abdo.
Oh, sure,
would you
sure, of course.
Would you please place your appearance on the record and your desire as to the case and the arraignment and the bond?
Sure. Sherman Abdo, P 77605 on behalf of Mr. Sanabria.
Muy bien, es el señor Abdo que está poniendo en lugar su aparición aquí en el registro que está siendo representado usted por el señor Abdo por el número 77605, señor.
Ay, ese señor, excuse me.
For purposes of arraignment, we're going to waive a formal reading of the charges and have the court enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Muy bien, señor. Vamos a llegar a un arreglo en esta corte. Van a ser los cargos, están todavía puestos. Vamos a hacer un arreglo formal y vamos a poner una declaración de no culpabilidad en este momento para usted.
Ok, perfecto.
Let me finish before Mr. Sanabria starts again.
Of course. Muy bien, señor San.
I have advised
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Sanabria that since he is not a U.S. citizen, to contact an immigration attorney before the next court date.
Hemos dicho al señor Sanabria que como no es un ciudadano estadounidense, necesita contactar a un abogado de inmigración para antes de su próxima fecha de corte.
¿Y cuándo sería? Ok, ¿cuándo sería mi próxima fecha de corte?
Okay, Your Honor. When would my next court date be
Tell
scheduled
him
for?
to let me finish talking. You're going to translate, and then we'll get him all the information he wants.
Of course. Muy bien, señor Sanabria. Tiene que dejar que el abogado y su señoría terminen de dar la información y de...
Perfect. Mr. Sanabria, come back mañana. Mañana. See? You're gonna have to come back again because we don't have an interpreter. So, por favor, court, mañana, same time, okay? And Mr. Abdo, please do the court the favor of contacting him and doing your best by phone. I'm not quite sure how you'll facilitate that, but at least impress upon him that he has to be in court tomorrow. I'm going to be excusing him right now.
Mr. Abdo, call the language line from your office and try to do this with him to tell him to come back to court tomorrow.
So this adjournment is, or strike that, this arraignment is adjourned for 24 hours.
Okay.
And rumor has it, he's still waiting to be arraigned.
Here today.
Oh, hi, Becky Diani. Oh, welcome to the fun. Yeah, I think the judge was actually glad that her call dropped one last time so that he could be like, I'm done with this. It was probably just the aux end of her cable wasn't making a good connection. Cause I mean, that's that crackly sound that you hear. Had she pushed it in and twisted it in the aux spot, it probably would have corrected it. But that's neither here nor there.
For
this
a
poor
final
guy.
settlement conference for a jury trial on Tuesday on a charge of domestic violence. And you are here today without an attorney, required to advise you at every step of the proceedings. You do have the right to the assistance of an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you could request an attorney at public expense. Reviewing the court file, it appears you did request an attorney at public expense previously. That request was denied by the public defender's office. And has your income changed any since then?
No.
Okay, well, I just want to ask again, do you wish to request a public defender today or proceed?
Well, I think what we're just gonna do is I guess we'll do the deferral. I think I'm just gonna take my chances with that.
All right, well, again, the question is, do you wish to request a court-appointed attorney?
If I could, I would, yeah. I mean, but I doubt.
It's based on your income. If they determine.
My income hasn't changed, so they're still not gonna.
You're right. If it hasn't changed, I'm sure it'll be the same result. I'm just advising you to have that right, okay?
Yeah.
And you're not going to hire an attorney in this case?
I just can't afford one. I mean.
All right. So you've talked to the prosecutor's office, and I have an indication here you've agreed to plead guilty to this charge of domestic violence. Is that what you've agreed to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
They are recommending a sentence of a first offense deferral. I do need to verify that you're eligible for that. As an adult, do you have any prior convictions for any crime that involves an assault?
No, Your Honor.
Has any other court ever given you a deferral before on a domestic violence charge?
No, Your Honor.
You understand you'll be on probation to the court for a full year?
Yes, Your Honor. I guess nobody
And-
told me that, but
Well, I'm telling you now, the deferral
No.
program indicates you will be on probation to this court for a full year with terms
Okay.
and conditions that will be determined at the time of your sentence. If you complete the probation successfully, the case is dismissed at the end. If you do not, there's a chance that the conviction could be entered and you would have a conviction on your record for domestic violence. But the goal at this point is to get you through probation successfully and have the case dismissed at the end. Do you have any other questions regarding that deferral?
now when that gets dismissed, does that allow me to own my firearms again?
You would have to talk to an attorney on that. I honestly
Okay.
don't know what the status of firearms is with a deferral after successful. My guess would be it'd be okay, but I'm not gonna give you any legal
Okay.
opinion that I'm not aware of, because those are changing pretty rapidly, as you know.
Okay.
So again, do you still wish to plead guilty to the charge of domestic violence?
Yes, Your Honor.
The charge itself is a misdemeanor charge. Maximum penalty is 93 days in jail and a $500 fine. But in your case, I will follow the recommendation in the plea agreement based on what you have stated, which is that you're eligible for it. And we will accept this case as a first offense deferral under MCL 769.4A. Sir, back on the 20th of November of last year, you signed this advice of rights sheet. Before signing that sheet, did you read and understand all those rights?
Was that the like right to remain silent kind of stuff?
That is the right sheet, correct?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a bunch of movies. It's pretty much the Miranda rights, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. We'll go with that. I mean, it is, but don't ever base your knowledge of court stuff on what you saw on the movies or TV in general. Honestly, sometimes you can't even really base it on what you've seen in the courtroom.
Sir, if you do plead guilty to this charge, you will not have a trial of any kind, and you'll be giving up all the following rights. First, the right to have a trial by a jury or a trial by a judge without a jury, and that would be at your choosing. You would also have the right to have an attorney represent you in this case. Again, the public defender's office has indicated your income is too high for an attorney at public expense, but you would have the right either to retain your own attorney or represent yourself at any trial in this case. At a trial, if you had one next Tuesday, you would have the right to call witnesses to speak for you on your behalf. If you needed assistance to get those witnesses to come to court, the court would order them to appear on your behalf. At a trial, if you had one, you would have the right to see, hear, and question all the witnesses that were called against you at trial. You would also have the right at a trial to testify yourself or to not testify and remain silent. If you did choose not to testify at your trial, the prosecutor could not comment on that fact before the jury. Finally, if you had a trial in this case next Tuesday, you'd have the right to be presumed innocent until the prosecutor proved beyond a reasonable doubt that you were guilty of this charge. And sir, do you understand all of those rights that I've just read to you?
Yes.
Those are all your trial rights. If you plead guilty, you will not have a trial next Tuesday, and you'll be giving up all those rights. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than the plea agreement that you've worked out on your own with the prosecutor, has anyone else promised you anything to cause you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone threaten you to force you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Is it your choice to do this?
Yes, Your Honor.
And finally, are you pleading guilty to this charge because you believe you're guilty of this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Taylor Williams someone you have dated in the past?
Yes, Your Honor.
On November 14th of last year, 2023, in Gunplain Township here in Allegan County, did you assault Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did you assault Taylor?
By putting my hands around her and escorting her to my front door.
I feel for this guy. I honestly think someone was just bitter about getting dumped. And now she's got his balls in a vice.
Okay, what does escorting mean?
Just lightly pushing her to the door.
Okay. Okay, well, again, did you assault Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
By putting your hands on her without her consent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on that, I will find a factual basis. We'll find that your plea is knowing and voluntary. Your plea is taken under advisement. And what that means at this point is pursuant to this plea offer, no conviction on your record right now. The file will become a non-public file. And again, if you complete this all successfully, the case will be dismissed at the end. The prosecutor's office is going to notify Taylor that you entered this plea, and she will have the opportunity to appear at your sentencing, to send something in writing for your sentencing, or to do absolutely nothing, but she does have the right to be aware your sentencing is coming up.
And dude, run. Run. Don't go back to that. For your sake.
So first of all, this case will be resolved today. You will not need to come to court next week for a jury trial on Tuesday. The court staff is going to send to you a notice in the mail for your sentencing. They will need a couple of weeks to get a hold of Taylor and let her know about your upcoming sentencing. So it'll probably be at least 2 weeks out. Sentencings in this court are held on a Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. We'll do it just like this over the video. So you are free to hang up from the court proceeding today. No need to come to court on Tuesday of next week, but be looking for your next court appearance date in the mail. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
I honestly think he should have taken it to trial. Personal opinion. Because if it was what he said it was, she would have had to, for one, appear for multiple hearings, and I don't think she would have. I really don't. If that's what happened, she would be embarrassed to go up in front of a jury and say, I had him arrested because I didn't want to leave his apartment and he pushed me to the door. At least she should be embarrassed to say that, if that is how it went down. I don't think a single jury would convict him on assault or domestic violence or battery or any of that. I think he should have taken it to trial. But he runs a big risk. If he takes it to trial and gets a jury that does convict him, he doesn't have the option of the deferral. But now while he's on the deferral for a year, if she decides she wants to be real nasty, all she has to do is make a phone call. I feel for that guy. If y'all didn't get it by now, I'm on his team. I don't think he did anything wrong. I know it's such a big risk. I know. He probably made the right choice. That doesn't mean I have to like it. All right, the next case. The case itself isn't all that interesting. The talk before the case itself is the interesting thing. But I couldn't just put in the beginning conversations and then cut the case off because y'all would have been like, well, what happened to the case? So I left the case on just so you could see, you know, the case is whatever. The talk before the case is hilarious, I think.
Good morning, Maria.
Good morning, William P.
Good morning. It's too darn early.
And cold, yes.
Did you know they saved the duck?
Did the fire department come out?
Yes.
I saw them there. Did you call the fire department?
Hassett's did.
Okay, because I called you and I didn't see Billy running out there in his boots. So I called the Humane Society and they were going to get on it. They said they couldn't touch it because it's wildlife, but they were going to make some calls. And then I saw the fire department out there and I thought maybe you had called the fire department.
Fire department tried on Tuesday and couldn't get it. They were going to wade. And on Wednesday morning, they came back with a 750 gallons of warm water.
Was she alive?
And sprayed it out of, they ran the hose through Hassett Title Company's basement out the back and sprayed the duck.
That's wonderful. We were so worried about her. I figured she wouldn't make it through the night. How did she's a duck. How did she, I mean, it's Darwinian. How did she get stuck?
The ice, the left wing froze to an ice cake and she couldn't get enough muscle to break the ice.
Dumb duck. Well, I'm glad it has a happy ending. I'll let Leslie know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe something chewed it up afterwards.
Well, right, or there was damage to her wing bone or something.
Morning, Mr. Godfrey, Ms. Gorski.
Good morning, Your Honor.
It's video conferencing. It's wonderful on days like this.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Not for the client so much.
Just got back from Fort Myers and on the plane was Paul W.
Oh, really?
So he's been broadcasting remotely from Naples for the last 3 weeks.
Well, that's smart.
So he said he'd come back for an economic summit or something. He had to be personally present, then he's going back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just more and more entities, businesses, people are operating remotely. But it looks like both of you are in Monroe, Michigan today.
Yes.
Okay.
Court's now in session. Lee Ellen Toniolo versus John Joseph Toniolo.
For the record, this matter is before the court for a Zoom hearing. The court is in receipt of a proposed consent judgment of divorce. Present this morning is Attorney Maria Zagorski, representing the plaintiff wife, Lee Toniolo. In addition, Attorney William Godfrey is present, representing defendant John Toniolo, and both parties are present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Mr. Toniolo, can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn, please? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Gorski, you can begin, please.
Thank you. Lee, would you please state your name for the record?
Lee Ellen Toniolo.
Lee, do you remember signing a complaint for divorce on October 13th of last year?
Yes,
Did you read the complaint before you signed it?
yes,
Isn't it true that you were a resident of the county of Monroe and the state of Michigan for 180 days at that time?
yes,
Are you pregnant?
no,
And you and John had two minor children, correct?
yes,
But they've both emancipated and they're adults now?
yes,
And is it true that there's been a breakdown of the marriage relationship?
yes,
Have the objects of matrimony been destroyed?
yes,
Is there any likelihood that this marriage can be preserved?
no,
You've signed your name to a judgment of divorce, is that correct?
yes,
Are you familiar with its terms?
yes,
Do you believe them to be fair and equitable?
yes,
You understand that if the court accepts this agreement, spousal support will be barred forever, and you can never come back and ask this court for spousal support.
yes,
You understand that this is a long-term marriage and that your husband earned substantially more than you during the course of that marriage. And if the court tried this case, had a trial, the court could decide something completely different.
yes,
And you understand that if the court accepts this agreement, you're waiving your right to have a trial.
yes,
The court could have awarded you more property, less property, or approximately the same. You understand that?
yes,
But you're asking the court to adopt this agreement.
yes,
To the best of your knowledge, have you and John disclosed all of your assets?
yes,
You understand he's going to be keeping the marital home and you won't have any right or title to it.
yes,
And you believe that the property provisions and the award of financial accounts is fair in that it offsets your interest in that home.
yes,
And you believe that you and I have had adequate time to talk about this?
yes,
Do you have any questions?
no,
And you're asking the court to adopt this agreement today?
yes.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Gorski. Mr. Godfrey, do you have any questions of Ms. Toniolo, please?
I do not, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, questions for Mr. Toniolo, please.
Yes, will you state your name, please?
John Joseph Toniolo.
And you've heard the testimony of your wife here this morning.
Yes,
Would your answers to those questions be any different than what she testified to?
no difference.
Are you asking the court to approve this consent judgment of divorce?
Yes,
You're aware of all of the terms and conditions, and that is your signature that appears on that document.
yes,
I did not get involved in this case until after Ms. Zagorski had drafted a judgment of divorce and suggested that you have it reviewed by an attorney. Is that correct?
yes,
We did not do any discovery per se in that no appraisal was obtained on the marital residence that is being awarded to you. You would have had that option to have an appraisal if you wanted one.
that's correct, yes.
But you negotiated a figure for the value of that house without the benefit of an appraisal, and you're living with that valuation.
Yes,
Do you have any questions of me?
no,
Have you revealed all of your assets and liabilities?
yes,
Anything been hidden?
no,
You're asking the court to approve the judgment.
that's right, yeah.
I have nothing further, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Godfrey. Ms. Gorski, do you have any questions of Mr. Toniolo?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Right. Mrs. Gorski, you asked this question, but again, I don't know how long the parties been separated. The court recognizes a long-term marriage of 30 years. Have the parties
Your
been
Honor,
separated for a period of time?
they're actually still residing together, but preparing to separate imminently.
Okay. So, ma'am, once again, is there any chance of reconciliation?
No,
All right, okay. It is a long-term marriage. Any event, it's wonderful you can still be under the same roof, at least on an interim basis. Any event, so based upon the testimony that's been presented this morning, as well as the complaint filed in this case, court finds that jurisdiction has been established. Court further finds, based upon the testimony, that there's been a breakdown in the marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed, and there appears to be, unfortunately, no reasonable chance of reconciliation. Accordingly, it is ordered by this court that the marriage between the parties be and is hereby dissolved, and judgment shall enter granting a divorce from bonds of matrimony. Judgment has been signed. Good luck to both of you. Thank you, Mr. Gorski, Mr. Scott, for helping facilitate amicable resolution of this matter. And the court applauds the two of you for reaching your own agreement. That is the best resolution, one in which you both participate and ultimately agree upon, rather than have the court decide all these matters. Obviously, you've got two children. You need to obviously be active in their lives, even though they're adults now. But with the entry of this judgment, this morning, the court will cancel and vacate the pretrial conference scheduled for January 26th at 8:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Which is
Judge.
next Friday. All right. Thank you all. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank
You
you.
as well.
I'm back. It's me. I'm here. I swear. Had to blow my nose. I had to get coffee. It only took 2 times this time. I gotta plug my phone in. Oh, that's the other thing. There's a power outlet plug-in setup connected to the desk. On top, I can plug my phone in. I can plug stuff in to the top of my desk. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, right? There was one that I almost clipped. And I think I might go back and do it. And Letha May, thank you so much for the $20 super chat and PayPal. I really appreciate it. I do. Absolutely. That might have to go into the April Needs a New Coffee Pot Fund. That's probably what that'll end up having to become. Yeah. I know. I love it. I am so stinking blessed. I am just over the moon in love with this desk. I really am. The shelf for the laptop so that the cats don't walk all over the keyboard. And it's got counter space for the cats to jump on and shelves that they can lay on if they want to. It has drawers. It's got the plug-in setup. There's room enough for both my laptops up on the shelf so I can have both of them going at the same time and they're not like scrunched together. I am so grateful. It means so much to me that I have people supporting me in the ways that I do. I mean, you guys have been fantastic with, treats and food for the pets and all of the PayPal and Cash App and Venmo that you guys have sent me, in the meantime, while YouTube still isn't paying me. Still YouTube. You guys have you've been so wonderful to me. And Palmyra Productions and his team, angels, I swear, absolute angels. I feel like I have someone in my corner fighting for me as hard as I'm fighting, And it's a weird feeling for me. I did not come from a wealth of support. I'm used to doing everything on my own. And to have people helping me, it's just surreal and it's wonderful. And I don't even know. Hey, you leave that Earl. Leave that alone. Don't you touch that, mister. Don't you look so dang cute while you're being naughty either. Golly. This handsome boy. He's got to be so cute while he's being naughty. Oh. I know. Oh, I love my grandbaby boy. Look at him. He's so wonderful. I know, Becky D, Tammy, I know you guys are in my corner. I absolutely. Oh, Catherine Gaston. Kept woman. And by that you mean I kept going. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, you guys are amazing. Absolutely, thank you. Thank you for loving me and loving the Paw Firm. And just so you know, there's a little hiccup with merch, and it's going to be very delayed unless I can find someone more in my budget. Absolutely love, 100% love the person. Absolutely love their work. They do an amazing job. But it's a little outside of my price range. And by that, I mean a lot. But they are fabulous. And I have absolutely zero doubt that they deserve every bit of what they're asking. So I don't even want to, I'm not trying to blast them by any means, because they deserve it. They work hard. It's outside of what I can do. He's got good cuddles. He's his own little man. He doesn't like being held. And he doesn't like he's not a cuddler. He's really not. He's not the kind of cuddler like Billy. Like Billy will sit on your lap. Earl is not a lap cat. Earl will pace back and forth from one arm of the chair to the other arm of the chair and just keep doing that while you're petting him, and you have to follow him and pet him with his pacing. That's Earl. Billy will lay his fat butt right down on your thighs and just hang out with you for a half hour. And the whole time that you're petting him, he's, stopping and biting every once in a little while. Like, don't do that. Okay, now start again. Billy speaks through little love nibbles. That's his language. All right, let me see. I know I had one last night that I didn't run. Oh, yeah. It's not a very long one, but
Mr. King?
Yeah.
You're here for a 48-hour affidavit. Nothing's been formally filed in your case yet. I'm going to set your bond and your conditions of bond, okay?
Okay.
Yo.
Charges according to the affidavit of criminal possession of a weapon by a felon, distribution of methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, and then possession of drug paraphernalia. And county attorney's going to weigh in on what he thinks the bond should be.
Your Honor, in looking at what I believe is the most recent PSI in the state's possession, in Ellis County case 2019 CR 330, This individual appears to be an E history, having no prior person felonies, having 3 or more non-person felonies on the record. In looking at Casper, I show that the information states he was released to in-state post-release on January 4th, 2024, telling me that he is presently on post-release, meaning this would be any felony committed in this matter would be subject to special rule number 9, and indicating that there would likely be parole revocation proceedings attached as well. In terms of the primary offense, we're talking about distribution of methamphetamine based on the amounts alleged in the affidavit. I view this as a level 4 distribution. Given his history, given his current status, believed to be on parole or post-release, and given the level 3 drug felony, along with the allegation that he was in possession of a firearm as a convicted felon, state's going to ask for a $100,000 cash or commercial surety bond.
No, speak to that, Mr. King.
No. I got a parole hold anyway, so the bond doesn't really matter.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $100,000, cash or commercial. You can see a bondsman about that. You need to make sure that you follow the bond conditions, that you make all your hearing dates, stay in contact with your attorney if you get one. Don't possess or consume any illicit drugs or any alcohol. If you violate any of those conditions and you're out on bond, you'd be rearrested. I think that's all I have for you today.
Thank you.
What's your name?
When you greet the judge with "yo," you just at that point are giving up on any chance of being released to society. Like, you have such contempt for society and for the rules of like court decorum and anything else. It's just downright disrespectful. Like, who does that? Seriously, brother, who hurt you?
Dakota Marie Klaus, you're here on an affidavit, probable cause affidavit. Nothing's been formally filed in your case yet, but I'm going to set your bond today. Looks like you have possible charges of distribution of a certain stimulant of less than 100 grams, greater than 3.5 grams, use or possession with intent to use paraphernalia into the human body, criminal trespass, and then possession or underage possession of alcohol. What's county attorney's position on bond for Ms. Klaus?
Your Honor, in attempting to review the criminal history, I didn't note any adult convictions, which makes sense. She's only 19 years old. There is some juvenile stuff. Nothing near as serious as what she's been arrested for. The primary offense is based upon the quantity as a level 3 drug felony. Given that, Your Honor, state's going to request a $50,000 cash or commercial surety bond.
50?
50.
Ms. Klaus, you want to speak to that bond amount?
No.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $50,000 cash or commercial surety. It means you can see a bondsman about it and bond out. Okay. If you happen to bond out, you need to follow the bond conditions. You need to make sure you make all your hearing dates. Don't miss any. If you get an attorney, stay in contact with that attorney so you know if those hearing dates change. You can't possess or consume any illicit drugs or any alcohol. You're going to be randomly tested through blood, breath, or urine by any member of the court and any member of law enforcement at any time. Do you understand that? If those tests come up positive for any substances, you're going to be rearrested and held in jail for the entirety of your case. That is all I have for you today.
what the heck is up with the Ellis County District Court prosecutor's hair? Like, did you guys catch that? It's doing a straight shot right out the back of her head. On the bingo cards, that would be wacky hair. I don't know, sweetie. It's got a short in it or something. I don't know. It's takes 2 or 3 tries before it decides it wants to work. It flashes the lights really fast. It sometimes you close the lid and it just doesn't do anything for like 15-20 seconds. It's on its last leg. That's all I know. And good night, Jenny Green, honey. I love you. You sleep sweet, my sweet friend.
Mr. Hoffman?
How you doing?
Good. All right, you're here for 2 things. One, a bench warrant appearance. Looks like you may be, this is on case 21 CR 273 and 21 CR 306. It looks like you may have violated terms of your, I'm going to guess this is a probation because of
felony probation.
Felony probation. Okay, you have a right to an attorney. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you can't afford an attorney. It's been 30 days since sentencing from that 21 273 and 306 case.
It's cute from
Since
the
it's
front.
been more than 30 days, if you want a court-appointed attorney, you'll have to apply for one. What are your plans with attorneys for this?
I'll be applying for one.
Okay, I'm gonna mark that down. Who was your attorney before?
Brad Steen, but he was hired.
He was hired, okay. All right, it'll be set for a probation revocation hearing. And you'll be notified when that gets set. Fill that paperwork out in its entirety so it doesn't delay it. Then you're also here for a 48-hour affidavit. Nothing's been filed in your case yet. I'm going to set your bond and bond conditions on possible charges of aggravated criminal threat, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, interference with a law enforcement officer, fleeing or attempting to elude, reckless driving, failure to provide liability insurance, reckless driving, and then a couple of no turn signals and disobeying stop signs. Mr. Anderson, what's the county attorney's position on bond?
Your Honor, the state is aware, at least through the PSIs and the prior cases, that this person is a criminal history score A, having at least when that PSI was created, 20 prior convictions or adjudications. Concerning the charges that he's been arrested on, I don't know that I agree with the aggravated criminal threat. While a school was locked down based upon the threat that was created, I don't know that that statute contemplates those actions as being a threat that was communicated. I'd have to look at the case law. So knowing that, I'd ask that the court set bond with the primary offense being possession of methamphetamine, a level 5 drug felony. Given that he's an A history, I'm not sure that bond really matters all that much, given he's going to be held for the felony probation cases. I'd ask that his bond in this matter be set at $10,000 cash or commercial surety bond.
Mr. Hoffman, you want to speak to that amount?
No, sir.
Okay, that's what I'm going to set it at then, $10,000 cash or commercial surety. There may be a hold on that. So make sure you know that before you go to post it. In any sense, same bond conditions, similar bond conditions, just make all your hearing dates. If you get an attorney for this, stay in contact with them. You don't possess or consume any illicit drugs or any alcohol. You're going to be tested randomly. If those tests come up positive, you're going to be rearrested. All right?
Yes, sir.
That's all I have for you today. I think that's all I have for the jail. Mr. Anderson, anything else?
I believe that's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Arias, anything from your office?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Arias. Thank you, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, it looks cute from the front. But what the heck is going on in the back? And she does not look like the type of person who would be okay if she saw that. I doubt that's intentional. Oh, I really do. I'm thinking it's one of those styles that you pull, like you make a hole in the middle of where it's pulled together, and then you like put the hair up through it and pull it down through. But I'm wondering if she has too stiff of a like pony or support thing or whatever, and it came back out a little ways, causing it to extend horizontally out of her head. Yeah, that's no party. That is no party. Is that what it's called? A topsy-turvy? No. Well, it's quite easy when you're not trying to explain it. Oh my goodness, you did not see it? Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay.
Hold on. Do you see it now? That poor lady. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Because if you ever see this, I'm sorry that I am broadcasting your embarrassing hair. But I couldn't help it. I don't think it's intentional. Oh my gosh. Oh, it hurts. My stomach hurts. Okay. Oh, that was the main reason that I left that clip together. Oh, yes, we have all had a moment like that. Absolutely, which is why I don't feel bad for laughing, because I know people laughed at me. And I would laugh at myself after a while. I'm probably going to hell, y'all. Ooh. Sorry, I laughed so much I needed oxygen. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, see, like, I find this stuff that, I mean, it's not really interesting cases, but we sure have a hell of a lot of fun watching it. Oh, I know. That's what I'm wondering, if something stiff got stuck and just kind of twisted itself. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I have half the docket left from last night too. Yeah. Yes. Don't, Catherine, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. No, because then what would we do all night? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, it's gonna start it from the beginning, and I've got to fast forward to the middle ish.
McCormick, Mr. Obey all laws and use state.
I know we did that guy, didn't we? Yeah, I think we left off with him.
And paraphernalia charges, and then we'll deal with the disturbing the peace tomorrow in videos. Do you understand what's happening here, Mr. Irwin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. The victim's going to want to talk to the judge about you waking them up in the middle of the night and scaring them, okay?
All right, Erwin, go ahead and get back.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Sean Fischel, And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 matters for this defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Fischel, let's start. We'll just go up the food chain, as they say. 23 CR 15465 is the first matter we'll address. And that is a criminal complaint filed today charging you with petty larceny. The allegation, sir, is that you took a welder worth $269 from Lowe's without paying for it. Did you understand that charge?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm not going to take your plea until I find out if there's a negotiation here. So 953 is petty larceny, 269. All right, we'll go to the next matter. The next matter on my list, sir, is 23 CR 14022. And this is a camping on public property referred to community.
Larceny is theft, basically.
Court on November the 15th, 2023, and entered a plea of guilty to that charge. You were referred to community court and failed to appear for community court on November the 15th. Did you appear for court on November the 15th, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I have a note here from Judge Hazelett Stevens to go ahead and sentence you on that camping on the Truckee River corridor. So we'll go ahead and proceed there since you didn't appear at community court. Do you admit or deny that you failed to appear on November the 15th for community court, sir?
I admit it.
All right, and you understand that failing to appear for court is contempt of court, for which you could receive up to 25 days in jail and a fine up to $500?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand your constitutional rights relative to the failure to appear, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you served in the military, Mr. Fischel?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'll accept your admission to the failure to appear as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. The next matter I have, which is listed as an add-on, is 22 CR 13811. And that is a charge of trespassing. You entered a plea of guilty to that, and you were placed on a no bail hold for community court and then failed to appear. So we have that trespassing. 3 seconds. And then the last matter I have, sir, is 22 CR 103-958. And that's another failure to appear, sir, on the charge of petty larceny. The allegation is that you failed to appear for court on October 26, 2022 at 8 a.m. on the petty larceny charge. Did you appear for court on October the 26th, 2022, sir?
No, ma'am.
And what is your plea to the charge of petty larceny?
Guilty.
The allegation is that in that charge, it's $54.94 worth of merchandise left in your pants pocket, passing all points of sale. The allegation, sir, is that you, let's see what it says here. It doesn't tell me what the merchandise is, but we do have an amount of $54.94. So are we prepared to proceed? It looks like there could be an offer to this new petty larceny charge from Lowe's with the adult in case 4 ending in 465. What's the city's position as to any offer that might be made there, sir?
Your Honor, in the combination of cases ending in let's see, 03958, that's the Nordstrom Rack petty larceny for $54.94. He also has the case ending in 15465. That's a $269 amount petty larceny from Lowe's. He's already pled to the Nordstrom Rack case. If he pleads also to the Lowe's, then the city would make a recommendation for a lower amount of jail time on each case. On the sentencing cases, the trespass and the camping on camping case as well as the FTAs, the city would recommend credit time served on those. That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Edgerton?
Your Honor, Mr. Altum, I missed, you're just saying that you would offer less time on the Nordstrom and the Lowe's. Did you have a number in mind, or was that suspended or active?
I can give you some time. I'd be asking for on the 5494. So the first two cases, the other two cases that are sentencing cases, I'm just asking for credit time served. On the Nordstrom rack, $54 petty larceny. City's recommendation would be for 3 days in jail, active. On the Lowe's case, petty larceny, the city would ask for 10 days jail, active.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Altum. Your Honor, Mr. Fischel's hope, at least in terms of our conversations, were to be released as soon as possible. And so our request would be for, instead of the active time of 2 weeks that Mr. Altum is asking for, instead for 30 days to be suspended, conditions to include staying away from those two businesses, obey all laws, and make restitution within the next year.
Thank you, Mr. Edgerton. So, Mr. Fischel, I'm concerned about you. This is an interesting pattern of behavior that tells me that you have a pretty serious and ongoing substance abuse problem. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, are you interested in any kind of alcohol or substance abuse treatment?
Substance abuse treatment would be nice.
That's what I'm thinking too. So the city attorney has offered to, he's offered some pretty light jail sentences, but they're all to be served in custody. Do you want to accept his offer and enter pleas? I'm going to tell you my consideration is I would be considering a suspended jail sentence with mandatory substance abuse treatment, perhaps even a residential treatment program. When people start stealing those big items from those Home Depot and Lowe's, it tells me that you're just fencing those items for drugs. Is that correct?
That is true.
Okay. All right. You want to go ahead and enter a plea to the petty larceny at Lowe's?
No contest.
All right, sir. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, the court will find you guilty of that charge?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any question about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense could be up to 6 months in jail and or $1,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you served in the military? I think we established that you have not. That's correct?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I'll accept that plea as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. Here's what I'm going to do, counsel. Is I'm going to follow the recommendation of the lawyers, and as to the case ending in 811, the trespassing, I'm going to sentence him to time served. How long have you been in custody, Mr. Fischel?
Since the 30th.
Okay, so that's a couple of weeks. And then on the camping in the park, I'll also sentence you to time served. Those sentences will run concurrently. And then as to the petty larceny at Nordstrom's and the petty larceny at Lowe's, I'm going to continue the sentencing out for 30 days and order that you participate in a substance abuse evaluation. And so I'm going to set that date for the substance abuse evaluation for you now. I want to have a handle on what we can do for you. I might be looking for a residential treatment facility for you, Mr. Fischel, after the holiday, okay?
Okay, so do I got to stay in custody?
No. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to authorize or order that you be released on your own recognizance. I'm going to give you a sentencing date now. It's about 30 days out. It'll be with Mr. Edgerton, the lawyer who represented you here today. And then what I'm going to do is order that you do a substance abuse evaluation at my courthouse in the next couple of days. We've been finding ones pretty quick.
Okay.
And then I'll have a better handle on what we need to do to get you clean and sober. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So may I have a court date, sentencing date on Mr. Edgerton's calendar, please?
Oh shit.
Yes, Your Honor, and the evaluation would be December 20th at 3 p.m.
You already set one for 3 p.m. on the 20th, Miss Massey.
Uh-oh. Let me go in and look again. would be December 27th at 3 p.m. and sentencing would be on January 22nd at 8 a.m. with Mr. Edgerton.
All right, so December the 27th, and that, for your information, is 2 weeks from today. Mr. Fischel, you'll appear at the Reno Municipal Court for your evaluation, and that is at 3 p.m. So the jail's going to write these dates down for you. If you fail to appear, I want you to know that I have the power to sentence you to 6 months in jail on these two charges. So you could be looking at a year in jail. That's also a really nice rehab for you, where I know you won't get drugs or alcohol. I don't want to do that, so please make your evaluation, okay?
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
All right, 2 weeks from today at 3 p.m. and then your sentencing will be with Mr. Edgerton, the lawyer who was with you here today, and that is at the 22nd at 8 a.m. All right, so we'll see you in my court on the 22nd, and so hopefully we can find something to get you back on the straight and narrow, okay?
Thank you.
In the meantime, you're releasing your own recognizance.
Thank
Is
you,
that-
ma'am.
Hold
Your
on.
Honor, is the hearing in for both petty larcenies?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
he had already previously pled to one of them. So, Mr. Official, the other thing you need to know is that you're being released with some conditions.
Yes,
They are
ma'am.
that you obey all laws, you have no alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, including marijuana. And I'm going to set you up for supervision. I want you to report over to the Reno Municipal Court for testing. I'm going to put you on medium supervision so we can keep you on the straight and narrow, and you're ordered to stay away from Lowe's and Nordstrom's Rack. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you're released. Andrew Costa?
Okay, guys. So Emily went ahead and clipped the picture of the hairdo to be able to make it a thumbnail, but I need a caption. Throw your best suggestions out there. What should I caption that thumbnail?
Hi, good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to people.
Good morning, Mr. Costa. Mr. Costa, you have a new matter. It's 23 CR 14951. Sir, and that's a trespassing charge as well. And it says that the complaint reads that you willfully and lawfully remained on the property of 200 East 4th Street in Reno after being notified that you were trespassed. The allegation is that that's the RTC bus station. Did you understand that charge, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And before I take your plea, Mr. Costa, I want to advise you, and it looks like you might have a suspended sentence in case 23 CR 14659 from Judge Hazlett Stevens. And it looks like you entered a plea recently of no contest to trespassing on November the 27th, 2023. You were found guilty and you were ordered to obey all laws and engage with community court. The judge gave you a 30-day suspended sentence if you broke the law again, and here you are back.
I apologize. I have a mental health illness. I'm bipolar. I wasn't on my medication. I was lost. I'm not from Reno, but I'm planning on moving here from California. I'm on SSI. I get food stamps and welfare and everything like that. I do want to go to community court so I could get a Nevada ID and start from there. I was getting directions. The security guard at the RTA bus was very, very nosy. He told me he was trying to rush me, telling me to hurry up. I'm going to miss the bus. I was trying to get everything situated, make sure I don't lose anything or drop anything. And he just kept trying to rush me. While I was walking to the bus to get on the bus, he told me I'm trespassed. So I asked the bus driver to let me on the bus. The bus driver did let me on the bus while the security guard was screaming no at the bus driver. I don't know why the security guard was trying to rush me or trying to tell me hurry up or whatever. I do apologize. I do want community court. I checked in. You can see that I checked into Renown. I do need a surgery on my right middle finger. And sometimes it does cause pain. It does cause me to to blank out sometimes when I'm not on my Seroquel. But I do have my medication. I am stable. I do have my prescription at Walgreens. And I would love to make another promise to appear for community court. If you can release me today, I talked about it earlier with Catherine. And I just want you to understand that I wasn't trying to cause no harm or anything like that. The security guard over at RTA actually, like I said just now, trespassed me while I was walking over to get on the bus.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Costa, then thank you for your explanation.
Okay.
Mr. Altum, what's your pleasure here?
Your Honor, I understand there's two sides to the story. Just taking the probable cause report here. Sounds like there could be some interpretive differences here between what Mr. Costa is letting us know and what the RTC folks know reported. I would be willing to have him enter a no contest plea to this new trespass charge. In exchange for that, I would not ask that he be revoked on his suspended sentence that is already hanging over his head in the older case.
Thank you. Ms. Bruning, what's your conversations with your client? Was he willing to accept an offer?
Yes, Your Honor, it's my understanding. The most important thing for my client is not to be revoked on the 30 days for the other charge. And I do believe that he wants help, and we can, I believe, help him at community court. So I would join in asking him to be able to go to community court. Also, I was going to ask, and he understands that there would be a warrant that issued if he didn't come to community court, but I was going to ask for his release on his own recognizance to come to community court.
All right. So I don't bargain with people relative to release from jail relative to your plea, but I certainly will consider your counsel's request. Mr. Costa, you want to accept the city's offer to enter a plea of no contest to this new trespassing? And the city attorney has indicated he's not going to ask for revocation of that 30-day sentence. Do you want to go ahead and accept that offer?
I'm sorry. I don't know the literal terms. Can you explain to me? Can you break it down for me, please?
Sure. So guilty or no contest, basically guilty says, yes, I did it. I trespassed. And no contest says to me, I don't want to really plead guilty because it sounds like you have a reasonable explanation, but in fact, you were being trespassed. So you're telling me that if you want to enter a plea of no contest, that you believe that you could be found guilty if you took the matter to trial. There's no difference in sentencing between a no contest plea and a guilty plea.
And then, so he's not going to impose the 30-day sentence.
Correct.
So what do I say, guilty or no contest?
You probably want to enter a plea of no contest.
No contest.
All right, and I'll ask you if you understand that I will find you guilty, so you'll have a guilty finding on your record, even though you're not admitting to guilt. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And the maximum penalty, as you know, could be up to 6 months in jail and or a $1,000 fine.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Have you served in the military, Mr. Costa?
Not yet. I do have my registration acknowledgement, though, from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay, I'll go ahead and accept your plea as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. I will refer you to community court for treatment. And what I'll do is I'm going to take a chance with you, Mr. Costa, because you're so articulate and it sounds like you've got some other things going. A couple of things I'm going to tell you, though. Listen to me for a moment. You need to stay away from the RTC bus station. That's it, because you've been trespassed from there. And I want you to stay on your medication.
Yes, ma'am. What does articulate mean?
Articulate means that you're well-spoken.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for that, Ms. Shelley.
So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today with a court order that you appear here at the Reno Municipal Court for community court this Wednesday. At 8:30. Usually they hold it at the Washoe County Library, but the library is under some construction. So they're having community court here at the Reno Municipal Court. It's very easy to find. It's the newer courthouse that's directly across the river from the movie theater complex.
Oh, yes.
The address. Okay.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right. So you'll be released on your own recognizance.
All right, sir. Let's go with him.
Thank you. God bless everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Mr. Costa. Mr. Bookman?
Yeah.
Come on up. Good morning, Mr. Bookman. Looks like you're having a bad day.
No, I'm fully disabled.
I'm sorry to hear that. We'll try to deal with this as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
It looks like you were arrested on an outstanding warrant that was signed by, looks like, I'm not sure which judge signed this order, but it's on a series of traffic offenses that you were scheduled for court on October the 3rd, 2022 at 8:30. Did you appear for court on October the 3rd, 2022?
I don't know. I can't remember what happened. I don't know what happened back then. I know
All right.
I went to reschedule.
Okay. Well, so are you admitting that you failed to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that failing to appear for court is contempt of court, for which you could receive up to 25 days in jail and a fine up to $500?
Yeah, I didn't know all that.
Okay, well, hopefully that will influence you the next time you're scheduled for court, right?
Yes, ma'am. Sure will. I'm trying to move back to California where I'm from. I ain't got no parole or probation here.
Okay, hold on. Let me get through these questions and then we'll deal with that, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead. And did you understand your constitutional rights, Mr. Bookman?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
All right, and do you have any questions about your constitutional rights?
No, not really.
Have you served in the military, sir?
No, I'm too old for that. I'm gonna be 60 in a minute.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and accept your admission to the failure to appear as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. You were charged, Mr. Bookman, with 3 traffic offenses: operator proof of insurance, driving without a valid driver's license, and displaying bogus vehicle registration plate or title. Mr. Altum, would you like to tender an offer to Mr. Bookman relative to those traffic charges?
Yes, Your Honor. He has a registration license and insurance ticket. If he essentially, the most serious one there, if there is a serious one, is the no insurance. If he pled no contest to that, that's by statute, either a $743 fine. I guess no either. So it's a $743 fine if he has no proof. If it goes down to $195 if he gets proof after the fact. If he had proof on the day of, if insurance was valid on the date of the ticket, then it has to be dismissed.
Okay.
And then on the other 2 charges, registration or license, I would ask that he plead no contest to the license violation. In exchange, we would dismiss the registration. He has been in since December 2nd. So whatever credit Your Honor gives him, I think would be fair. I don't know if that would meet the fine amount for the no insurance if it was the $743.
Thank you, sir. Miss Burning, do you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, briefly. Your Honor, I would join in that, excuse me, recommendation. I would be asking for credit for time served. My client would ask to make payments. He is going to back to California, and I believe that this would be a good way to resolve this case. And I would just remind the court that it's a 2022 case, so it's over a year old.
I don't drive no more.
All right, so Mr. Bookman, the city attorney has offered that if you want to plead to the no driver's license and no insurance charges, he'll dismiss the registration charge. Would you like to, and then typically, in fact, the city attorney has asked that I impose time served as the driver's license charge. And then did you ever get insurance on a vehicle, or did you have it on the day in question?
I went to reschedule a new court date because I didn't want to go down there with no warrant trying to get it done.
Okay, well, there won't be a warrant if you enter a plea. Let me ask, I'm going to ask that question again, because the Nevada law allows if you don't have insurance, the fine is $743, which is a lot of money. However, to encourage people to get insurance, they allow me to reduce that fine down from $743 to $195 if you can show me that you went out and got insurance. So my question to you, sir, is first, did you have, hold on, did you have insurance on the day that you got your ticket?
No, I didn't, ma'am.
All right, did you go out and get insurance after you got the ticket?
No, because immediately it turned into a warrant for me not failing to appear.
Okay, well, it wasn't immediately, it was sometime thereafter. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Do you want to accept the city's offer and plead to the no insurance and driver's license charges?
Will I be able to go home so I can get my property from this motel today before
Yes.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you. Yes, I will, Your Honor. Yes, I will.
I usually don't bargain with people, but you look like you're in a lot of pain, Mr. Bookman, and I want to get you out of the jail as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So what is your plea, sir, to the charge of no driver's license?
Whatever you guys think.
You tell me what your plea is.
I'm gonna plead to it because I know I did it. I did.
All right, what is your plea?
Guilty.
Thank you.
No contest.
And what is your plea to not having insurance?
The same thing, no
All
contest.
right. And you understand by entering a plea of guilty or no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial in this matter, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand the possible penalties for each of these could be up to 6 months in jail and or a $1,000 fine.
Yes.
And you haven't served in the military. We've established that. I'll accept your plea as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. So what I'm going to do based upon all I've seen here today, Mr. Bookman, I'm going to sentence you to time served on both matters. I think that you're physically unable to do community service, and it doesn't look like you have the financial means to get out of jail. So I don't believe you can pay a fine. So I'm converting everything to time served, and I'm going to wish you good luck.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless.
All right, you're free to go, sir. The registration charge is dismissed with prejudice.
Okay.
Anthony Chavez.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Chavez. I have 3 matters for you this morning. The first is 23 TR 11451, and that is a failure to appear warrant that was signed by Judge Christopher Hazlett Stevens on 11/29/23.
Yeah, she does a lot of PR bonds, especially like when you would not expect someone to get a PR bond. She is fair on a lot of things, but she gives so many chances to people. A lot of these are from what they call the special docket, which is they get a list of priority cases at the beginning of each day that they take on first. And it's a list provided to them by the jail and by court staff, based on experience with the defendants. If there's any mental health concerns, those are addressed right away. The people who are disruptive, they're in the first line, and sometimes they don't even make it up to the judge. If they're disruptive, they get pulled from the group and sent back to their pod for the day. But yeah, so these are from the special docket. Most of them are.
The allegation, sir, is that you failed to appear for court on October 17th, 2023 for driving on a suspended or fictitious vehicle registration, driver's license required, and operator proof of insurance. Did you appear for court, sir, on October 17th?
No, Your Honor. I have other matters going on. Like I have a CPS case. The mother of my child got my son taken away. It wasn't my fault. So, and I'm juggling with work right now because she threw away my birth certificate, my social security while I was incarcerated, and I got out July 18th.
All right, sir. So, you were clear that you failed to appear on October 17th.
Honestly, I was on the bus and I looked at the time and I looked at the date and I was like, dang it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do good for my son and I'm trying to do good. Like I'm on probation right now and stuff. I'm not on a hold on probation.
Let's hold on. Let's get through this. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you're admitting that you failed to appear, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that failing to appear for court is contempt of court, for which you could receive up to 25 days in jail and a fine up to $500.
Honestly, that I did not know.
Okay, now you know it, right?
Yes.
All right, so hopefully that'll have a bearing on whether or not you decide to make your future court appearances.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you served in the military, Mr. Chavez?
No, ma'am.
I'll accept your admission to the failure to appear as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. We'll deal with the, I want to now go through the rest of the charges before I see if the city attorney, hold on, you've got 3 more matters.
Okay.
So, you have 23 CR 14659 from Department of 4, which appears to be a suspended sentence of 30 days you received on November 27th for a trespassing charge. So Judge Hazelett Stevens sentenced you to 30 days in the Washoe County Jail, suspended that for a year on the condition that you engage with community court and follow the community court's orders. Did you understand that that was an option for you?
Honestly, Your Honor, I didn't even know I had community court or this trespassing charge. On my booking information, it was just a failure to comply and the traffic ticket citation.
All right, so hold on.
I don't know about this.
We have one more. Let's see. You have an add-on here, sir, and it looks like a civil infraction would be a traffic case. And that's 23 CI, civil infraction 11463. And that is a charge of failure to yield at a stop sign, and that is from, looking for the date of the citation.
The same one as a traffic ticket, Your Honor.
Okay, and that
Same
looks, all right, it says you were traveling eastbound on Pine Street at St. Clair and failed to stop at a marked red stop sign. You slowed, but ran through the marked stop sign. So we have all of these charges now. Mr. Altum, is there an offer to be tendered to Mr. Chavez based upon all of his, all these charges? Is there anything to be tendered to him?
Your Honor, on this case, 23 TR 11451.
Catherine Gaston, I adore you. I absolutely love your sense of humor. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for the wonderful super chats. I hope you sleep well, sweetie. Sleep sweet. We love you.
And I would offer the same as the last gentleman. Actually, let's see. I'm sorry. Both of the cases have similar charges. On the newer case, same deal as the last gentleman. He can plead to the no insurance and the license, and then the city would dismiss the registration. What was the sentence on that older case?
30 days suspended with a referral to community court.
Okay, so if he'd like to do that, I would not seek revocation on that older case, and he can get help with community court if he'd like.
Thank you. And the other thing I've overlooked is it looks like he has a contempt of court charge also, and that's a very old case, 18 TR 16929, which is a 5-year-old matter in front of Judge Draculich. And there it looks like on April the 10th, 2023, Judge Draculich ordered you to report to the clerk's office and pay $918 in fines based upon a series of traffic offenses. It looks like you were released on July the 18th.
Yes.
And basically you still have these outstanding fines and fees to pay.
So
were you able to pay? Hold on. Do you admit that you were in contempt of court for failing to pay the fines and fees?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Can I say something on that on my behalf?
Yes.
Your Honor, I've been alerted by your judicial assistant that it may not be Mr. Chavez's case that's suspended. I just alert the court to that. It may be Mr. Costa.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't see a suspended sentence on any of these cases, Your Honor.
Good, okay. All right, that's good to hear. So, Mr. Chavez, are you working?
So today I had orientation for JCPenney's out in Stead. I have just got my birth certificate last week, so I've been steady looking for work. I have good work ethic, so it's not hard for me to get a job. It's just right now in here, it's putting a damper on everything. You know, I have to check in with Sober 24 for my CPS case. I have visitations every Friday from 9:30 to 11:30. I have court on the 7th for my CPS case. And like, this is like, you know, I'm not running from anything. You get what I mean? Like, it's just like, I got a lot going on. I'm trying to get my son back. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to make probation happy. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
everything I'm trying to juggle and make everybody happy, and still yet I'm failing. And I do apologize for that, Your Honor.
All right, so based upon all these cases that we've dealt with Mr. Chavez, and I think I did, in fact, include Mr. Costa's suspended sentence in your recitation of your history, which is incorrect. So thank you, Ms. Massey, for catching that. So the city attorney, Mr. Chavez, has tendered an offer that if you want to enter a plea to the, well, and let's see, let me go on back to those charges. All right, so if you want to enter a plea to the no insurance and the no driver's license, the city attorney has offered to dismiss the fictitious registration. Do you want to accept his offer?
Yes, no contest, Your Honor.
All right, sir, and you understand by entering a plea of no contest that the court will find you guilty of those two offenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understood your constitutional rights, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you served in the military, Mr. Chavez?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will accept your pleas as freely, voluntarily, and knowingly entered. So as to, do you have a driver's license now, Mr. Chavez?
Actually, I have an appointment for the DMV. When I was incarcerated, this 4 months, I studied the handbook like a lot, and then I downloaded the DMV practice test, and I'm more than confident in myself of passing. Like I said, I'm in here, and now I got to reschedule my DMV appointment, but I am working on all that right now.
All right, when is your DMV appointment?
It was the 28th of November. I wasn't incarcerated, but I didn't have the funds to pay the $25, but I tried to make another appointment. Like
Okay.
I said, I'm juggling a lot of stuff
Here's
right
what
now.
I'm going to do, Mr. Chavez. I'm going to give you 60 days to get a driver's license.
Yes.
Today I'm going to fine you $195, but I'm going to give you 60 days to get a driver's license. And if you do that, I'll dismiss the charge and the fine. Does that?
I love when they do that. Like, they give them an incentive to actually complete it. You know, I mean, sometimes it doesn't work in their benefit, as we learned with Janelle. I don't know. Did she ever get her license? But sometimes, like, this guy seems like he genuinely wants to get it. But he's struggling. You know, we all have our struggles. And, you know, I really like that she's basically saying, I'd rather you spend the money on getting the license than on paying these ridiculously overcharged fines.
Work?
I appreciate that, Your Honor. I appreciate that a lot.
All right, and and the same will go with insurance. I can't dismiss it, but I will fine you the state required fine of $743, but I'll give you 60 days to get, and you have to have insurance if you're going to drive anyway. And if
Yes.
you provide proof that you have a valid insurance policy on that date that I give you, I'll reduce the fine down to $195. Does that work?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that.
All right, sir. So, and then I will dismiss the registration charge. And how long have you been in custody on these recent warrants?
Friday.
All right. So, do you understand now? I think we've spoken about this, that a failure to appear for court is pretty serious, and
25 days in jail?
other courts don't look fondly on that. Do you
Yes,
understand?
ma'am. I already know.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sentence you to time served on your failures to appear. And I'm going to give you, and I'm sorry, Miss Massey,
He already knows, but he did it anyways. I love the logic on that.
I didn't write down my 60-day. Let me look and see what you.
That was February 5th, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
60 days is February the 5th, 2024. That's the date you need to provide proof of insurance and a driver's license to the court.
I'm
Can you
sorry,
do that,
what's that
Mr.
date again?
February 5th,
Okay,
February 5th, okay?
24?
Yes,
Yes, okay.
all right.
May I
So,
ask a question?
yes,
Will I be released today?
I think that there's nothing holding you from the Reno Municipal Court, so you've resolved all your matters with Reno Municipal Court, okay?
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Your Honor, you didn't do anything with the civil infraction and then the other case.
And as to the civil infraction, is the city attorney, can the city attorney tender an offer relative to his plea to these charges, relative to this civil infraction?
Your Honor, I'll submit that to the court, but I wouldn't object if the court dismissed that.
Thank you. Ms. Burning, do you want to weigh in here?
Yes, Your Honor, I would ask the court to dismiss that.
All right, I will dismiss the civil infraction charge, but I want to warn you, Mr. Chavez, that rolling a stop sign is very dangerous. And if you're obviously, if you get hit by another car, you won't be around to be there for your child. You understand?
No, I understand, Your Honor.
All right, and the other matter we didn't take care of was the contempt charge, the $918 in outstanding fines and fees, and I'll convert that to time served.
Thank you. So I don't have to worry about that no more?
That's correct.
Thank you. That's a blessing. I appreciate you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck.
And Your Honor, if we could ask him to report upon release to set up his proof or pay, please.
Yes. So, Mr. Chavez, Reno Municipal Court wants you to sign a promise that you understand that I'm going to do all the things I've promised if you get everything done by February the 5th. So you need to show up at Reno Municipal Court and sign what's called a proof or pay agreement, okay?
Your Honor, he's left the courtroom already, but we will let him know.
Thank you, Deputy O'Connell.
Sorry, my mouse was not working for a moment. I left your comment up because I wanted to comment on it. Reno Muni is one of, I'm sure you guys heard her talking about the programs that they offer at the public library. And they have one of the best programs that involves mental health services, drug-related services for getting treatment. A lot of their social resources go into helping these people that are on the streets, not just incarcerating them and then letting them back out. Because what good does that do anyone, you know? It creates the revolving door prison system that we're all so familiar with. I like this judge. And there's another one, there's a male that also does Reno. And I have not clipped any of him yet. I might. But you know, one at a time, right? Oh, yeah, he tried to leave like 3 times, and the attorney thought of a couple things, and the judge thought of something, so they kept calling him back. Salty Buddha. You're so goofy. I love you. You know the rules around here, right? I mean, you've met Palmyra. You know how much I love him. Spelling errors are just part of life. Usually it's a part of fat fingers. All right, guys. Oh, yeah, Lucy, I've been downloading them for a few days. I don't know if they just recently started putting their content up. Is it South Dakota or was it North Dakota? Let me look. It's not on that external, so it must be on this one. Yeah, I watched a whole docket waiting for something to happen today, and it was a whole lot of nothing doing. Okay, so it looks like all of the Dakota cases are on the other computer completely. So at any rate, I did find one of the Dakotas. If you feel like it, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you feel like it, nightshiftwithapril@gmail.com. I would appreciate it. I'm always looking for new judges, potential new content. I am always looking for ways to keep y'all happy. And that's, you know, a lot of you guys go way out of your way to, you know, to try to send me clips and stuff like that. And some of them, there's reasons why I can't use them in terms of the rules or who owns them or whatever. Some of it is my personal preference on things that I just will not stream. It does not mean that I don't appreciate you guys sending me stuff. And I just want to be clear on that. I absolutely appreciate it 100%. And like, as far as, like I said, when I first started, you know, Thomas Mooney and Catherine Gaston both went out of their way to send me a whole bunch of stuff that I just didn't have time to clip. And I don't know 100% if I have the dockets that they sent me or not. And sometimes they get taken down before I get to them, like what happened with what Miss Monroe sent me. And I don't remember. I know I had gotten the clip, but I don't remember the judge's name, the courtroom, anything. I don't remember any details. So, Miss Monroe, my love, if you're on Replay Crew watching this now, if you can remember anything about that case, please reply to my email. If you can remember the courtroom or the judge's name or the district or anything, what the YouTube link said, like, as far as, like, you know how it says upper courtroom or, you know, Thursday docket or something like that. If you can remember anything like that, please let me know. Because it sounded like that was going to be a really good case. And unfortunately, it went bye-bye. When I went to stream it, Becky D, honey, I don't know what you're saying, sweetie. Watching next to himself? Oh, that's, Earl's just being Earl. Hi, Earl. Come on up. Hi, Earl. Everybody wants to see you. Oh, don't be sorry, Lucy, sweetie. Oh, salty Buddha. She's right there. She's asleep. She's snoring earlier. Big old baby. She's always not far from me. Oh my goodness. The guy came today to check on my BiPAP machine because I couldn't get the humidifier tank off. It wouldn't come out. I tried, y'all. I really tried. Turns out that the little piece on top that it looks like you're supposed to push and pull, it ain't for that. It's where there's a hole under it hidden. So it's just covering up a hole for some type of cleaning machine that they don't even sell. So here I thought like a battery pack that has ridges to pull it off. It wasn't like that. For my machine, it's better to grab it from the sides and wiggle it back and forth and pull, not grab it from the top and try to push down and pull it. So anyways, he came to look at my machine and Ava went nuts. There was a man in the house. This is why I can't have boyfriends. She doesn't allow it. Mommy's not allowed to date. But that's okay. These wonderful, perfect, furry little things. Honestly, they give me more love than any man has ever given me. Oh, I'm not worried about it. And I don't have a CPAP. I have a BiPAP. But it's not bad. The only thing that's bad is how dry my mouth gets, but that's because the humidity tank was not working. I couldn't fill it because it wouldn't come out. It was like vacuum sealed to the inside. And even he was like, oh, this is really hard, trying to pull it out. That was not the right string of words to put together. All right, y'all. On that note, I'm gonna turn in. Oh, Laura Wharton, sweetie, I'm right there with you. That's what I'm gonna do now. She is Becky D, and she warmed up to him. He gave her treats, and I don't want to say they became pals, but by the end of it, she wasn't on edge at all. Oh, did you hear that little woof? Oh, you having a dream, baby? Did you having a dream, baby? Hoof. I heard you. Hoof. Mama loves Ava. Wow, Ava is out. Ooh, Mama can't. Oh. Okay, guys, I gotta go. All right. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.